Clive Miskin is in. We thank you for braving the traffic out there. Specializes in international security and defense systems. Clive, first let's talk about the gunman and the access to the gun. He had, we're told, a permit, checked the gun. That's following the rules. That's how it works, right?
Exactly, Steve. One of the liberties that we have in this country is that somebody who is deemed to be capable is allowed to go out and get a gun and carry it. And the way this gentleman carried the gun and checked it, filled out the paperwork, apparently did it according to all legal standards.
May have had some type of confrontation on the plane, and that's why he got the gun out of the bag. That's not been confirmed. People are talking about that. Nobody talking terrorism, hasn't been confirmed or denied, but that's what gets people worried and thinking about this. Does this particular event, in your mind, expose anything?
It's a good question, Steve. And I think there's a lot of focus on terror these days and around the world and in this country. But in this case, I think the focus should be more of a disturbed individual. And the event occurred in a public area in the airport.
It's not a secure area.
It's not a secure area. It's the area where people go to pick up their luggage, where they meet friends and family when they get off a plane, and anyone can access the area. The fact that the gentleman got off the plane is coincidental. He could have come from the parking lot with a gun. He could have had any other motive. It appears from what we've heard that the gentleman may have had some psychological problems. He may have been in treatment, and even though he was a former service member and did have a handgun license, if the person had been in treatment, perhaps there's room to evaluate rescinding his license and not letting anybody have a free carry permit. And I know that will open some questions, but we also need to look at the public safety. This could have happened in a shopping center, it could have happened in a movie theater, it could have happened at a basketball game,
arena or something.
Anywhere there's a congregation, a large congregation of people. The fact that it happened in a public area in an airport is coincidental.
So I know people, we are apt to sort of have knee-jerk reactions and such. Can we lock down an airport? Can we make it more safe? I feel that you are saying, boy, this has nothing to do with security in the area because it's an unsecure place. But let's theorize. What would it take to have stopped this guy today?
That's a good question. And there have been terrorist attacks in airports around the world in public areas. Most recently in Brussels. Last year also in Istanbul in Turkey, a few years ago in Russia, and numerous people were killed in those attacks, and those are public areas. It is possible to close down those areas. It is possible to widen the ring of security in the perimeter and make it further away from the actual terminal. But in each case, you're going to create a bottleneck, and whenever there's a bottleneck in a congregation of people, you open yourself up for an attack.
And then the shooting couldn't happen just outside that ring, and I mean, you know, where does it end? But you again stress, it's the background of the person maybe could have had a better look here, right?
It appears that the background of the person and the treatment that he went through should have lit some red lights and alerted authorities that maybe this gentleman should have been reevaluated for his permit to carry a gun.
Got it. Clive Miskin, thank you. Thanks for the insight.